We're back one more time to Seven Rivers Racing here on KQEG-TV. I'm Dan Dyke along with Al Losey, our guest sportsman driver Doug Curran. Would you care to ask Al that question you did off camera just a minute ago to get a reaction again?
It was a benign question that Dan enjoyed.
You know, it's a good thing our producer Jesse is not, all the director's cuts and hit the floor. We could put an entire show together without us even sitting in the studio.
That's true.
On some of the stuff we talk about off camera. Wow. Doug Curran is second for running for Rookie of the Year this year. He will be back in the Sportsman next year, possibly an outlaw. No comments off camera. Talk to us about Racing to Cure.
It was this program that I just kind of stumbled upon on the internet one day, and it's a nonprofit organization based out of Mooresville, North Carolina, and it helps families that either have family members or are people that are victims of cancer. And what they do is they help those families financially, or provide people to go and mow lawns or grocery shop with them or whatever. Just kind of an all-around good nonprofit organization that it just helps people that are stricken with cancer.
Well, and I guess after reading through the release that came out this week, you're going to be helping other racers sign up for what is the Racing to Cure Race-a-thon online program.
Correct.
And now explain that to us.
And that's a program that any driver at lacrosse, any racetrack can get involved in. And all they need to do is go to racingtocure.org, and they can sign up for a driver profile. And when they sign up for the profile, you're asked how much of a donation you would like to raise for Racing to Cure. And a certain percentage of that, you can decide as a driver how much of that you would like to come back to your race team. Mm-hmm. So my goal was to raise $5,000, and then a certain percentage of that $5,000 to come back to my race team.
And then the half goes to
and the rest goes back to Racing to Cure, and then and they'll use that for research and and helping other families out. And cancer takes such a toll on people and families.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I just thought it was a great organization to get involved with.
It would make sense then that it came from Mooresville, because that's really the epicenter. Most people think it's Charlotte, but Mooresville is a little suburb of Charlotte there on Lake Norman, and that makes sense then that it would come from Mooresville.
Correct. Yep. And it's it's just a neat story. How it got started. A 7-year-old little boy wanted to go racing, and his mom had cancer, and they decided to continue on racing, and they've launched this program, and it's kind of taken off from there.
Again, Jesse will put it up on the screen for you, but it's racingtocure.org. Now, that's going to be the number 2, so the word racing, the number 2, cure.org, and we'll have that up on the screen here, and I'll throw it up on my Seven Rivers Racing Facebook page, and we're also going to be talking about it. We're going to have Doug on my WKTY AM 580 radio show coming up this Saturday. We're going to talk more about this program as well. That's a Racing to Cure. It says the program enables the estimated 1 million grassroots racers a free, fully automated online cause marketing campaign. Drivers can sign up and create their personal driver's profile page, post the reason that for Racing to Cure, which I think is kind of neat, because you could have a testament of a family member or whatnot, and even list their sponsor support. So the sponsors of your race teams are going to be getting some free advertising, which is always good. We do it here. We do it on the radio as well. And then a portion of the donations, like Doug said, so if you want to raise $5,000, $10,000, you're going to have half go to Racing to Cure, the other half go to your racing program. So it to me is just a win-win all the way around.
Correct. And that's why I associated myself. I mean, because, with the economy being the way it is, and it's hard to find sponsors right now, which that goes even from us guys down, in the lowest ranks at lacrosse, all the way up to the guys in NASCAR. And that's all you hear. And what a better way to try and, to help your team and help people in need as well than to associate yourself with with a program like this.
And I just think it's neat that you have organizations like this, Racing to Cure, that realize this. Obviously, it's a racing entity. It's going to be a racing family. They're going to have racing ties. they know, like everybody else does, what it takes to power a race car. And we don't want to, we don't want to sound down on the program because finances and the economy and whatnot, but it's really neat that you have organizations like this step up and say, okay, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, and this this is something that a lot of racers do get involved in, not specifically this, but it's nice that other people can get into this. Joel Willman also has an excellent sponsor on his for the veterans, and it's kind of nice that we're taking care of veterans, and cancer is such a devastating thing for families, so it's kind of nice to hear people get involved.
Yes, I mean, being personally involved with a very close friend of mine with been fighting lung cancer and seeing the toll that it's taken on his family and his family and his close-knit family. It's just it's just a good program, and I encourage every driver to get involved. I mean, it's not going to hurt them any whatsoever.
It's not going to cost them anything.
It's not going to cost them anything, and and like you said, their sponsors are always looking for, to get their name out there, and what a better way to do it nationally and globally than to get their sponsors' names out there.
That is, again, racingtocure.org, and that would be the number 2. And I hopped on as soon as I knew about this. The day after I talked to Doug and Lori Curran, hopped on the website and saw how it was laid out. And a very nice looking website. I mean, if you get a chance, you get a look at that there.
Yeah, I was just thinking of getting Albert to take
better
a look
see
at
Albert Losi's name on there. But I tell you what, it's a very interesting and neat website. It's very easy navigatable. And if you don't want to donate, you don't have to donate. Just check it out and even support them down at the racetrack. So, again, that's racingtocure.org. Now, rest of the season, you plan to be out there as much as you can. And are you looking forward to racing in your first Oktoberfest?
Yes, I am. And yes, we're planning to be out there the rest of the year. And very excited about Oktoberfest. I think, as a matter of fact, if I feel I can do well enough, may even try the area Sportsmen.
With the big dogs.
With the big dogs.
Yep. The Brent Canes and the Rockland Rocket Rob Currans. And do want to mention that, too, before we end the program here. That was the big announcement we had at the on my radio show last weekend. As you were talking about Joel Willman in the WWIA late model from lacrosse, he will be powering the Rockland Rocket of Rob Curran for the remainder of the racing season. That's the number 40 out of Rockland. He's going to be doing some Oktoberfest racing, and Rob's going to jump in and do it again. So you get to lock horns with Schermerhorn and Humpfeld and the Gilsters and Brent the Freight Train Kane. That's a tough task, my friend.
It will be a very tough task, but just to say that I will be able to at least give it a try and get out there and race with some of these guys
you
that
do it
I've been watching for the last few years. That it will make me proud.
I do want to mention that Doug Curran's sponsors, as we're running out of time of the program today. I know he wants to thank his wife that's sitting off camera here. Also, Northwoods Martial Arts Studio, Neighborhood Smiles Dental Clinic, Smokey's Bar and Grill, Speedy Graphics by Kim, Bergster Paint and Auto Repair, and A1 Fire Protection. I leave anybody out?
I don't believe so.
If I did, then blame me and not Doug. Doug Curran, it's been a pleasure to have you on the program. Again, it is racingtocure.org. Tune in Saturday from 4 to 5 on AM 580 WKTY, the Race Report. We're going to have more information on this program as well. Doug, thanks for coming in, and good luck for the remainder of the season. Let's get the hex off the car, and we'll see you at Oktoberfest as well.
We'll certainly try.
Alrighty, for Doug Curran and Al Losi, I'm Dan Dagger. Thanks for joining us on the program. We'll be back again next week as we start whittling away the points championships at La Crosse right here on Seven Rivers Racing.